Rats. Dozens of them. Hanging out near Burrard Station in Vancouver. On social media platforms like Reddit, people living in the Lower Mainland are posting that rat sightings are all too common and increasing. That's a lot of rats. But is it more than normal? Well, we're about to go meet up with a pest control expert who's been doing this work since 1996 to find out what he's been seeing. I met Jay McIntyre at a parking lot in downtown Vancouver, a hotspot for rats. So what will this look like at nighttime, you know, when the rats are out?
Oh, like a little rat city. Rats running around. You can see their travel paths already. So they will go in there to the dumpster where the food is, probably running to that dumpster down the alleyway.
Back in 2022, the province banned a type of rat poison in BC.
What have you noticed just since that ban on second-generation rodenticides came in?
Now I've noticed a huge increase. We're getting rat calls in places we never really got that many before. And usually by the time the clients know it, it's an established population. It's not one or two, we're looking at, 7 or more.
The province banned second-generation rodenticides because it was having some unintended impacts. Other wildlife was dying, like owls. Basically, the rats would ingest the poison, the owls would eat the rats. So is the ban to blame for what some are saying is a boom in the rat population? Let's check with the expert.
Meet Kaylee Byers. She's a rat biologist and an assistant professor in health sciences at SFU. And I asked her whether the ban and anecdotal boom in rat populations is connected.
In science, we have this phrase that sort of correlation doesn't mean causation.
We have the ban and people talking about an increase, but she says that doesn't necessarily mean they're linked.
Whether or not those things are aligned is hard to say because we don't have a way of tracking rat populations over time.
While neither the City of Vancouver or the province track rat populations, the city does track rat-related calls through its 311 number. In 2023, there were 1,174 rat calls. That's compared to 1,245 in 2022 and 1,175 in 2021. But those numbers include all mentions of rats, mice, and other rodents, not just rats. But the city says its rat management plan is focused on exclusion, not extermination, so it hasn't seen an increase in rodent issues. Meanwhile, Byers says the recent weather could also be playing a role.
Mild winters, plenty of food availability, all those things come into play in supporting our rat populations.
Back in the alley with Jay, our hunt for rats in the daytime was a bust. But the nocturnal critters did come out to say hi when some of our brave colleagues ventured out at night.
So we had that ban come in. How did you feel about it coming in, and how are you feeling now, sort of a year, 2 years out?
I'm all for better ways to control problems for the environment and non-target animals. It's a different way of thinking. So we can't use this anymore, and it was sort of easy at a crutch, like, oh, we don't have the poison to deal with these rodents anymore. But we can still control them with traps, exclusion, proper sanitation around garbage bins like we see.
Meanwhile, the province says rodent-proofing your home and cleaning up attractants are the most effective ways to control the furry freeloaders. Joel Ballard, CBC News, Vancouver.